Loving this. Want to get back to you guys. Haven't been doing a video in forever. Want to get back to actually doing this, being consistent. We keep on saying that, but I'm not gonna actually be those ones or individuals. I'm not gonna be one of those individuals. I'm gonna wait until the end of the year to be actually doing this. Hope you guys are doing well. Drop me a comment, drop me a like if you guys are doing okay and how you guys actually think about this market. We're gonna crush it. A lot of sentiment. Everybody's mixing up and down. I've heard so many different things, two different sides. Everybody has their own opinion as far as where this is going to be. You got Will Clemente on Twitter, man. This guy is genius. He's a kid. He's only 19, but he brought the game a little bit as far as what he thinks is going on from his Glassnode analytics and what he's been researching. Still filtering out the majority of the FUD. New wallets are dropping and selling, and it's all going to the older vets and wells and individuals who are still in this market. They equate that by age of wallet, which I think is pretty good statistic. The older the wallet, obviously, the more time they actually been spent in the market. Granted, you can come with a whole bunch of different scenarios. As someone who's been in the market for a while, maybe they have a new address, a new wallet, but still doesn't nullify the fact the majority of the wallets of aged older wallets are still in this market and still obviously sapping up the majority of the supply. As you can see, I think that was really good. Pricing, obviously today, yesterday, it killed yesterday, absolutely. It was a green day as it was, but a little bit down today. People are having the sentiments of as much of a bear market, that this was considered to be a bull trap. Who knows, really? We're all kind of guessing. We've been crossing holy crosses, golden crosses, holy waters. I'm joking when I say that. A lot of sentiment in the market. As you can see, shout out to the one of you guys actually invested in VeChain at that time. I told you to. I knew that was going to rebound. It's going to give you a little bit of a pop. And if you did, you're in profits, you made money. Congratulations to you. Obviously, this look at the dip right here that we're having right now. As you can see, yeah. People are actually saying how much fun it is in the market. Oh gosh, what are we gonna do? And I get the sentiment right now. We're a little bit down, obviously, as holding a little bit on the trend line, as you can see here. But there's still possibility in the market. That's what we got to say. Trade smart, be safe. Don't put anything you wouldn't put anything in this market, especially if you're long, like term, you know what I mean? As far as holding in this market, we all know 10 years from now, this is going to nothing but should jet up into the green. This is going to go up. It's a matter of when. That's the question I think for all of us are trying to solve. None of us here that are in the market can deny that, yeah, it might, 44,000 might turn into 10, might turn into 15, but it's going to turn into 440,000 one of these days. It's just a matter of when. Is it going to be a year from now, 2 years, 5 years? But within 10 years, not even a question, it's going to overturn. A question to you is they're actually passing to this infrastructure deal. If you're from the US, obviously a lot of us are from different places around the world, but everybody is having a central bank issue. One foundation, one fundamental reason why Bitcoin in itself was created, right? Because of the manipulation of the central banks. Everybody's printing money, especially in the US. My goodness, printing money. CPI index, the consumer price index, was up 5.1% yesterday. They say that inflation was considered to be transitory, meaning non-existent, not permanent, that it would actually exist in one moment and one pivotal aspect of time, but it won't exist in the future. But that when? Is it a year from now, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years? Is considered to be what's questionable at the moment. Like I said, again, if you're in the long haul to stay, every price is a good price right now. But if you're looking to make trades or you're spot trading, obviously that's a different story. Do your research, look at the analytics. Will Clemente, I can't even talk. Will Clemente did a really good job with the analytics. He's saying it's still a bull run. There's a guy you can follow. His name is Crypto Well. He's saying it's going to be FUD. It's a bull trap. It's coexisting to what happened back in 2017 when the market did crash. I would actually have one less fell swoop of a higher low into a bull trap in which it went completely down 80% in the market. Granted, nobody wants to be there, but gains are only lost when you sell, when they're sold. Excuse me. Gains are only lost when they're sold. So play with money. Actually, know you have there for the long term. I'm long term. I'm bullish when it comes to the majority of this. I wish every day was a bull run like anybody does in this market, because we're all on here for one thing and one thing only, to make money. And I get that. That's a sentiment. But beyond that, for me too, the technology is here, right? People saying it's archaic, this is the worst software, but there's a transparency with this market that I like. That's going to be innovative and new. It's not going anywhere. What about the supply chain? The majority of those supply chain cryptos like VeChain, my goodness, saving lives with COVID, right? I just can't fathom why people don't really take into account the majority of the utility of some of these cryptos. Marlin helping out with layer 0. There wasn't even I mean, layer 0 it existed, but they helped coin that aspect of it. Going to help out with throughput and also latency, increasing the speeds. And it's just like, that makes perfect sense in my mind of the needed utility when it comes to the majority of all these block change, and to innovate and to make different and make new, and how it's going to exist. And yes, it's just a ledger, and people sometimes just say it is just, but there's a lot of use cases where this ledger to transparency is needed. I wish they did that with voting and politicians, and how they actually had the majority of their campaign money spent. There's no record, there's no account, but if you put that on the blockchain, can you imagine, right? Transparency. I find this telling. This market in general, it's educational, I think, for all of us. Nobody professes, and nor should anyone profess himself to be an expert at this. We're all really just guessing. We're just trying to learn, and just like I am with you guys, and you guys are helping me learn myself as far as what's transcending with this market. Because like I said, again, it goes up one another. One day you're an expert, one day you're actually a fool. And it's just like, it's all determined by these green and red little candlesticks right here on these graphs that determine if we're winning or losing. But I think overall, in the grander scale of things, we're winning, because in the US, they are printing money. More debt is being allocated, $45 trillion that they actually are projecting just now. People are not even thinking about the future, what's going to happen down the road, what's going to happen with the majority of individuals who are unemployed or lost business, or actually in bankruptcy, or majority that, God bless their souls, that are on the street because they can't afford their rents, because the rent moratoriums are going to cease to exist, right? They're actually, believe it or not, even though the president himself actually extended it, they're actually battling it right now in the courts to figure out if it's legitimately a feasible thing to do. So the powers of politics are battling in that forefront, but a lot of people are having difficulty in times of finding places of shelter, and that's going to be an issue. But let's stay strong with these markets. Let's educate ourselves, and let's get better. I want to drop more videos like this because I feel like I missed this. I really want to get back to doing this. I feel like this is something that I want to do. I feel like I learn every time I actually am doing this. So I'm going to learn with you guys. Appreciate the comment from the subscriber that said he actually invested in VeChain and he actually gained some money. Kudos to you. I'm proud of you. Appreciate you. And I'll talk to you guys soon.